Hey everybody, RPG here. Today I'm going to do a full demo and review of the MyArcade RetroChamp portable gaming console. So this actually plays Nintendo Entertainment System and Famicom cartridges, 100% original cartridges. So this is a really cool and unique way to retro game those particular platform collections. So I can't wait to dive into this. What we're going to do first is I'm going to take a closer look at the different functions and features on here. So I'll walk you through a full external tour here, and then we're going to fire up a original Nintendo Entertainment System cartridge, play along with that game on here to fully test out what the performance and overall experience is like with the MyArcade RetroChamp. So let's get started. All right, so here we have the MyArcade RetroChamp. This is set up very much like a gaming tablet. Really good size to this. We're dealing with a 7-inch LED backlit screen on here, but you can see that the screen is just a small portion of this. The majority of this is much larger, so we still have, I would say, about a foot from corner to corner here, so about 12 inches or so. Really nicely put together. In terms of button controls, we have just A and B over here, D-pad on the left-hand side, start and select up in the top right corner, and then we have a reset button in the top left corner. Since we're only going to be playing NES and Famicom games on here, we don't need any controls beyond what we have right here. We have dual speakers down here in the bottom, so we get all of our audio right on the front of this versus the back, so there's no gargled audio or anything like that, which is great. Excellent quality to the audio, which you'll see in a couple minutes here. So let's go up to the top and take a look at our controls. On the top left, we have our power switch. Switch to the left is off, switch to the right is on. Right here we have our aspect ratio toggle switch. So if we slide it to the left, we'll be in 4:3 aspect ratio. Slide it to the right, we're going to be in 16:9. So it basically stretches all these games for us, and it actually does it in a really nice way. So over here on the right hand side, we have our 3.5mm headphone jack. We have our 5-volt power supply connection right here, and then we have a light indicator for our battery. So this will let us know if our battery is starting to run low. Now over on the right hand side is going to be the only additional control. This is a volume switch. So plus is up, minus is down. Now going down to the bottom here, we have a release button here, and I want to show you what that goes to. If we flip this over, right here we actually have a panel. Over here there's a panel too. This is to some of the inner workings of this. So there's a little star bit on here. You would need that to access this if you wanted to get inside and make any changes or fix this if you ever had any issues, but it doesn't come with the star bit. So for the most part, I think they want you to just leave this alone unless you run into an issue. But over here, we have a cleaning kit in here. So if we actually slide this release button over to the right, it's a little bit tough to do while I'm filming here, but slide it to the right and this actually slides out. Actually, it was easier than I thought. And in here, we actually have a cleaning kit for our cartridges. So we can just slide this apart. Oh, there's another release. This is the more challenging one. So we just have to kind of slide that down and work it out here. And inside here we have a little bottle which we can put some cleaning solution in, and then we have a pack of Q-tips. So you know how some of these old cartridges get where they get dusty, and obviously we're talking about cartridges that are 30 plus years old. So I have one right here which I'm going to be using today. So if it was dirty inside, this one actually happens to be really clean considering its age. You can go in here and clean everything up just to make them work that much better. So I really love that. I think it's really an awesome sort of addition to this, and a convenience thing as well. So when you're done with it, you just put it in like that, slide it right back in. Put that release slide right back over and it locks it in place. So you can see here, can't get it out. Now on the back side here, we also have a stand. I want to point that out real quick. So if you're playing this, you can do it like that, flip it around this way, and have full access. And what I really love about this is it just lines this up perfectly. So if you face this towards you, you can just play just like you would holding it perfectly. It's just really laid out really nicely. The way that they've pitched this and everything about how they made this stand work is just perfect. So I'm going to close that to continue on. Here we have controller 1 and controller 2, and these actually light up because you can use the RetroChamp controllers with this from MyArcade. You have to use the ones specifically for this particular console. They have a couple different options, but you can go to their website and check those out. They have some Super Nintendo style ones and then some original NES style ones. So Really love the fact that you can use this both as like a gaming tablet, but also, you know, set it up with the stand here and be able to play along with this, you know, using these controllers. The other thing here is we have a full HDMI output right here, so we can connect this to our TV. So we don't have to actually use this as a portable handheld. We can use this as a full Nintendo Entertainment System and Famicom console by just connecting this to our TV and using those controllers, or even using the onboard controls on the front of this. So that's pretty much everything in terms of the layout. Oh wait, of course, the cartridges here. So up at the top is where we would put our NES cartridge. Down at the bottom is where we would put our Famicom cartridge. Famicom would slide in like this. So here I actually have my Batman NES cartridge. So I'm going to slide that in. You want the label facing the front of the console. So it just goes into place like that and then slides right in, just like the original console would. So now we're going to flip this over and we're going to power it on and give it a quick demo. All right, so you can see I have Batman fully booted up here, so I'm going to hit start. And I am in the 16:9 aspect ratio. I can switch that over here with that button there that changes it back to the 4:3. So this would be original, and then this would be that stretched version. So here it is in game. So I'm going to go ahead in this 16:9. So I do apologize for the quality of the screen here. It is really hard to do this without having a full-on reflection of myself in the background. All right, so I did want to show you guys me playing this with the actual onboard controls here. Now, with the camera having to be so close and the way that this is super shiny and all, I'm not able to show you guys exactly how nice the screen looks on here because obviously I'm losing a lot of resolution filming a video of a video screen. So what I'm going to do next is I actually picked up some of the controllers that go along with this. So I'm going to position this further away from me and I'm going to play with those as opposed to playing on board here, so I won't have to have the camera so close to this. So I'll be able to show you guys a little bit better what the quality of the screen actually looks like and the actual resolution on here. All right, so we jumped into the My Arcade Retro Champ portable gaming console here, which plays Nintendo Entertainment System, as well as Famicom original cartridges. So we took a full external tour here, went over the layout, all the different functions and features on here. You can see that the build is put together really nicely. Buttons work beautifully. There's no sticks or binds or anything like that. 100% performance across the board. Love the buttons, but specifically the D-pad, much larger than a D-pad on your typical Gamepad controller. So I just found it super easy to maneuver and use. Love the fact that we have that little cleaning kit in there. I've never seen anything like that before. We're playing cartridges that are, 30 plus years old. So we're gonna have dust in them. I was fortunate enough to have stored mine in an area where I didn't have any dust or anything like that. But usually if you're picking these up, especially secondhand or however many hands have exchanged since these were actually released, a lot more than two, I'm sure, unless you have your original ones from, when the systems first came out. But there's going to be dust and dirt and you don't want to blow into them. So the fact that we have some Q-tips in there and we can put together a cleaning solution and then store it in an area within here where you don't even know it's there is awesome. Totally a genius thing to do there. But external volume control as well, which is convenient. If you've seen my reviews on handhelds, I always love to see external volume controls where you don't have to go into like firmware and make adjustments that way. Obviously something like this, you're not really using emulation, it's all original, so you can't do that, but still awesome that we can adjust the volume and all that. Aspect ratio is another feature on here. I'm not one to typically like to deviate from the intended aspect ratio, so here it's supposed to be 4:3. I liked it better in 4:3, but don't let me influence your personal preference there. So if you like that 16:9, by all means, switch over to 16:9. I demoed in both versions today, and it was actually perfectly fine. You do lose some resolution quality there. Obviously, older games like these are pretty pixelated to begin with. So when we go and we stretch from the original intended aspect ratio and we broaden it, you're going to lose that resolution and further pixelate it. But again, personal preference there, of course. So the fact that we can use this though as a home console as well as a portable console is awesome. With these being much older, these systems, it's harder to find working consoles. Usually the cartridges hold up quite well, but the systems usually don't. So it can be very expensive to go out and continue to, replace it or repair it. So something like this, you can use your old school cartridges on a new console. And again, TV or monitor is easy to hook up on here. You can also just use it as what it's intended to be used as, a portable gaming device. So either way you go there, it works beautifully. I do want to apologize for the poor quality when I was actually, playing this in my hand. It's really tough to film this because of the really sleek design on the actual screen. It just loves to pick up my reflection in there. So poor quality when I had to have this up close and personal for playing, but when I backed it away and I used the controllers, I was able to use this in a way that really, I think, demonstrated the picture quality of this particular device for you guys. So hopefully you guys found this helpful today. If you did, smash the like button for me. Be sure to subscribe to the RetroPie Guy YouTube channel to stay in the loop for future videos. I do a ton of different stuff on here based on retro gaming, so tons of great content to see. Best way to stay in the loop is to smash the subscribe button. You can do that in the corner of this video. I believe it's the right bottom corner. So smash that if you haven't yet subscribed to the RetroPie Guy YouTube channel. But again, that's going to do it for today. Any questions or anything like that, feel free to hit me up in the comment section below. Always happy to help you guys out any way that I possibly can. So again, that's going to do it for today. Thank you guys so much for watching.